This episode of the Best of 7 Sports Talk is sponsored by The Reflection Connection. For all your natural healthcare products, go to The Reflection Connection. That's connection with a K. All right, NBA fans, enjoy the show.
T7M Radio brings to you the Best of 7 Sports Talk with 7 Mitchell.
Unbelievable Eastern Conference Finals between the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics. Wow. So we set. Tomorrow night is game 1 in Denver between the Denver Nuggets and the Miami Heat. Number 1 seed versus a number 8 seed. So many different angles you can really take when we kind of preview and break this series down. So we are definitely going to take our time with this over the next few days. Salute again to everybody. But, you know, the Miami Heat have the most NBA Finals appearances. I think it's like 7 since 2006. So believe it or not, they are definitely familiar with, you know, the moments of the light shining the brightest. Now, there's a lot of disrespect going down already, and I'm loving it. So the NBA.com, they came out with their MVP ladder going into this NBA Finals series, and it kind of projects the top 5 guys who they expect to be in the MVP race for the NBA Finals MVP trophy. So they got Nikola Jokic at number 1, Jimmy Butler at number 2, Jamal Murray at number 3. Caleb Martin is coming in at number 4 on the MVP ladder. And last but not least, we have Denver's Aaron Gordon as a top 5 pick to be a Finals MVP. I'm bugged out by NBA.com. But Denver, of course, they got 3 guys on this Finals list, MVP list. I'm not saying that Miami's being disrespected. You know, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Miami is like the only team. Was it Miami? Miami and Denver. Well, they were the only teams for the second time in the last 20 years to have only one player be an all-star on their team. Jimmy Butler, no, Bam Adebayo was an all-star for Miami this season, and Nikola Jokic was an all-star for the Denver Nuggets this season. So this year's NBA Finals is just the second time in the last 20 years that features just one all-star from each team. Now, this year, it's been an interesting one. I'm going to keep it real with you. A lot of people should probably have Denver favored going into this finals round. I'll talk about predictions in a few minutes. But first things first, let's talk about who is the best player in this series. I mean, is Nikola Jokic better than Jimmy Butler at this point in the game? I'm not talking about skill set. I'm not talking about talent. Is Nikola a more better player, a more valuable player in this moment than Jimmy Butler? Because I've watched all of Jimmy Butler's greatness come when his teams have kind of needed the most, minus the championship. I mean, this guy, and he doesn't always have the greatest of games. I'm not going to sit up there and stunt, but he really shows up and his attitude spills over in that locker room. And that's one of the reasons why I think Caleb Martin was so successful in this last round, bro. It's just that attitude that Jimmy Butler, you know, it's contagious. It really is. Those guys want to play and those guys want to win. Now, Denver, the Nuggets, they beat the Lakers quite some time ago. So they've had a lot of days to rest watching Boston and Miami, you know, lock in for the 7 games the other night. And I was wondering at first, what advantage is that going to have? Of course, you would like to have rest, but Denver had a lot of momentum. Denver knocked off Kevin Durant, knocked off LeBron James and AD. So, you know, Denver had a lot of momentum, and they done that in dominant fashion. So, this long rest I don't know. Miami's got to be tired. Going back and forth with Boston, game 7 was on the road. Miami definitely got to be fatigued. But Miami is hot. Let's keep it real. Miami is actually hot. And guys who we didn't expect to really step it up has been clutch for the Heat. It's crazy. So, I mean, if you're favoring Denver in this series, I understand it. But there are things that give me cause to pause just because at the end of the day, it's like who you think won it the most? Who do you really think won it the most? I know all those guys won a championship. Let's be clear. Nikola Jokic won his championship. Jamal Murray won his chip. But something tells me like those guys still got a window of opportunity to get this ring. And Jimmy Butler has went so hard over the years. I don't care what organization he's in. He has played so blue collar. And I'm just wondering, like, bro, is it like, is this Jimmy's championship to lose? Despite the record, despite Denver having a better team, was this whole thing just laid out for Jimmy Butler to finally crack the code? How great would we put Jimmy on a pedestal if he was to become a champion in this manner? Like not riding no one's coattail. He literally carried the team to the promised land. Where do we put Jimmy Butler? And if he comes up short versus Denver, I don't think unless he plays horrible, we're going to look at Jimmy funny. But I don't see Miami's window, even though they just went to the finals a couple years ago. I don't see their window in the Eastern Conference being that wide open to be able to make it back next season. Only 2 teams in the 21st century has made the NBA Finals without being the top 4 seed in the conference. That was 2020, the Miami Heat. In this year, Miami Heat, who came in at an 8th seed. So they've already made history. I just would hate to see it come up short, just like, like that. But Denver is serious to a lot of people. I'm still not sold on the Nuggets. I know they swept my Lakers, but I'm honestly giving Miami a chance. I'm giving Miami a chance to win this series. I know Denver probably is the better team. I know like the bets right now, the odds is crazy for the Denver Nuggets. A lot of people definitely got the Nuggets making it happen, but I don't know. Slim say a clean sweep for the Nuggets. We could see that. But the only way I'm jacking Denver sweeping, well, I can't say that. They are really talented. But if they was to sweep Miami, I would feel like they would sweep Miami because Miami is just too tired. Like they just too ran down. They just went too far, too hard. But at the end of the day, Jimmy Butler does not, it's like it's undeniable for him this season. In the biggest moments when these guys back are against the wall, Jimmy is so poised, so calm, so collective. He's been here before, but he's never been here before. You understand what I'm saying? As far as I'm so surprised how comfortable this guy is in the moment. Remember, last year, Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals landed again on May 30th or May 29th, whenever the game was. Miami and Boston. And Miami came up short. And for them guys to be in the same position again, they were up 3-0. And to be on the road and get it done, bro, it's just like, yo, some shit is just falling in line. Like it's just, now when Derek White hit that buzzer beater in Game 6, I was like, oh man, Miami blew it. But just seeing how they were able to, knock off Boston, seeing Jason Tatum get hurt in the first play, it's just like a recipe for success for Miami. I honestly, I know they are facing a giant, but when I look at it, and when you look at it, if you guys know basketball, if there's any team in the Eastern Conference that could knock off Denver in a 7-game series, not because of skill, but because of experience, because of will, and because of toughness, I'm going with Eric Spoelstra and Jimmy Butler in the crew. I'm going with those guys. I got my brother BA in the building. Get your bars up. Media. BA, what's popping, family?
I'm chilling, man. How's everything with the 7?
Oh, man, slow motion. You already know how we do, man. Talk to me, bro. This finals preview. First of all, who are you going with between Denver and Miami starting tomorrow?
Oh, man. So that's two things. It goes two ways with me. My basketball knowledge of the game, of course, Denver and 5-6. That's my knowledge, right? That's just the analyst part of me. But the fan part of me would love to see Miami win it in 6 or 7. That's the fan part of me. So
now, even though you're breaking it down into two angles, BA, the fan part of you, it might not be the biggest piece, but it's a realistic piece. Do you feel realistically Miami, even if it's a little shot, got a chance to win this series? Because I think they do, bro.
Bro, this is reminding me of the New York Knicks in '99. I don't know if you remember the Knicks in '99 during the lockout season with Latrell Sprewell and all of them boys making it to the finals as the 8th seed.
Yep.
And losing to, of course, the San Antonio Spurs. This reminds me of that type of run, except Jimmy Butler and company, man. This is realistic because they can shoot. They can shoot the rock from 4 positions. 1 through 4 can put the ball up, hit shots. Bam's gonna have to pick it up though. Bam can't be smoking layups like he was smoking last series.
I'm not sold on him, yo. That's that. Now he's a to me, and I used to like Bam, but him versus Nikola Jokic, like I'm really worried about this next round when it comes to that.
Yeah, Bam. The only advantage that Bam has, I believe, is running the floor. If he can outwork Jokic and just run, that can slow it. You can't stop Jokic, but you can slow him down, and maybe that'll slow him down.
Make him work on defense. If you
exactly run the floor.
You're right.
And that trying to get the ball in the post and trying to back him up. No, he's gonna have to try to use his quickness to try to get past him. Something that Anthony Davis and everybody else prior could not do.
Who's the best player in this series right now, going into the finals? Who would you say is the best player talent-wise? And who is the player that you would really go with at the end of the day?
The Joker, hands down.
On both sides.
On both sides. Hands down the Joker. I would love to say Jimmy Buckets, but Jimmy Buckets, he doesn't he showed me some things this last series that made me believe that he's sort of wearing down.
The inconsistencies of Jimmy, his productivity or offensively.
He looks like he gets tired in the fourth quarter. He looks exhausted. And I've noticed that this last series in general, the first 2 series he was good, but the last series for some reason he just looked extremely tired, and it was more of my teammates got to help carry the load, and then during the game I'll make sure I can manage it the best way that I can.
Well, it seemed to be a recipe for success because they were able to win. You look at Caleb Martin, a lot of people felt like he should have been the Eastern Conference Finals. I know we talk about playoff Jimmy's inconsistency offensively, but you don't think that, that attitude that Jimmy brings to the table has been contagious and good for that locker room to allow people like Caleb to step up? You don't give Jimmy no credit for that?
No, I give Jimmy all the credit in the world for this team even making it this far. If you look at it, they've been to out of the last 4, 3 out of the last 4 Eastern Conference Finals. They've been there. and they actually cracked the code one year and lost to your Lakers.
Yep.
You feel me? RIP to your Lakers, by the way. With that being said,
we haven't talked since then. My God, oh my God.
But I will say, I'm giving him all the credit in the world. He's been the best player in the Eastern Conference. And he's been the second best player overall in the playoffs. The Joker is to me hands down is the guy. Like he can't jump onto a freaking curve, but he can get buckets, and he's the most intelligent basketball player in the NBA. And we might have to start putting him up there with the greats as far as being cerebral as he is on the floor.
Talk. Now, NBA.com earlier today, they had released their finals MVP ladder. I'm going to go through it 1 through 5, and you give me your reaction if you agree or disagree with how they got it. Nikola Jokic, number 1, Jimmy Butler, number 2, Jamal Murray, number 3, Caleb Martin, number 4, and number 5 is Aaron Gordon. These are the guys in that order who NBA.com is projecting to be the finals MVP. What do you think about the ladder and the names involved? Would you put them in that order?
That sounds about right.
Aaron Gordon as well. You jacking Aaron Gordon at 5?
Yeah, I feel like you remember Andre Iguodala defensively, and that's how I look at it.
You're killing it right now, bro. You're talking your shit right now, big God.
He can guard 1 through, like Aaron Gordon is one of the very few players that's 6'10" that could actually guard the 1 through 5. And what he's going to have to, the amount of energy that he's going to have to expend running around with Jimmy Butler, listening to Jimmy Butler talk, he's going to have to try to slow him down. And if he does get a chance at doing that, as well as doing his offensive duties, they got a shot. I mean, he got a shot, should I say.
Can Miami win this series without winning tomorrow? Like if they lose game 1 at Denver, do they have any chance of winning? Because I think even though they got to be tired because they just went 7 and we got Denver who's been chilling since knocking off my Lakers like a week ago, I'm feeling like even though Miami is tired, BA, they still should have some momentum, riding into this series. But they would need to steal one and steal one early. And if Denver comes out on all cylinders tomorrow, I think it's just going to be a long road for the Miami Heat. How important is game 1 for the Heat, in your opinion, BA?
I don't think game 1 is always important, but I don't think it's as crucial as most people think. I think that the real series is going to start actually game 3. Game 3 is going to tell us everything that we need to know. Denver is a well-oiled machine. They are expected to win the first 2 games at home. Now, I would reverse that and say if Miami takes a game in Denver, it's going to get the finals are going to look spooky for the Nuggets.
Yes. If they steal one of these games, I don't care how wild it get in between. It's going 6 or 7. Believe me. It's going 6 or 7. So Denver, man.
And this is what nobody is I don't know why nobody's talking about this, right? Miami has been here. They have about 3 or 4 players on that roster that's been in this moment.
They have the most NBA Finals appearances. They have 7 of them since 2006. Miami is very familiar with this moment.
Denver, I know they got KCP over there that won one with the Lakers, did his thing, but nobody else on that roster has been this far ever with the lights this bright. The interviews before and after the game and all of this, bro. Like it's different, bro.
It's different.
And people gotta understand that this affects players, especially if this is their first time here. I don't know if you've seen how look at the difference between the Eastern and Western Conference Finals wins, right? When Joker them won against the Lakers, the whole squad was going crazy. Everybody smiling, jumping around, talking about, yeah. Right. And then I know you see Miami. Miami was like, all right, like we excited about this, but this ain't nothing. And you seen Jimmy Butler with the MVP trophy looking like, I don't care about this. I got to win
Right,
a
like they
championship.
on a mission. Like you're right, bro. That's definitely something to focus on because that is the mentality of a person that hasn't been here before or isn't used to the moment versus someone that's been there. Even though Miami doesn't have the same amount of rings to equate their appearances, but you're absolutely right, bro. There's something to be said about making it that far and consistently having a presence in the biggest game. So it's going to be interesting, bro. Last question I got for you as far as the finals go, TV ratings. Because let's be honest, BA, you are a big fan of the NBA. I'm a big fan of the NBA. I would have never thought that we would have saw an NBA finals with Denver versus Miami. How do you think this is going to impact the TV ratings?
It's just one finals, and I know finals are very important, but I feel like the numbers are going to be higher than expected. They might not be very high, but they're going to be higher than expected due to people are going to want to watch Jokic, and people are going to want to watch Jimmy Butler.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the NBA is in good standards with, because you actually have stars out there. And with it being the Denver's first time, the casual fans going to want to see, if they don't tune in the first couple of games, they're going to tune in the last 3 or 4 if it even goes 7 or whatever it goes, just to see, like, man, did they win? And just because of the storyline, Miami is arguably coming off the best, like the most craziest NBA run in NBA history.
Oh my God! You did a video on that, right?
Yes.
Talk to my people. Let the people know about this video. Make sure y'all subscribe to Get Your Bars Up Media on YouTube, man. One of the best to do it in sports and in battle rap, man. He dropped a fire video earlier today. BA, let people know what you had going on today, just a little bit.
So man, I had I put out a video of what I actually released it about a few weeks ago. I released it, but then I just I shared it even to even more places. But Miami is this is unprecedented. Like it's unprecedented. You feel me? With this happening,
who lost the first playing game? We thought it was over from the jump for them.
Right. I thought the Bulls was gonna get them out of there the second play-in game to be the AFC. I thought the Bulls was gonna get them out of there. Remember, they got blew out. They got blew out the first game. They were getting blown out the first game, bro, versus Atlanta Hawks. And they win, they beat Milwaukee Bucks in 5 games. Then we go to the next series. They beat another squad, the New York Knicks, who were supposed to be this and that. They get them in 6 games. They go up 3. Exactly. Oh, shoot, we gonna talk about them.
We're gonna talk about the Knicks next.
But then next they go up 3-0 on this young emerging Celtics team, and then they almost dropped the ball, but they end up blowing them out in game 7 in Boston. And now they're here. If you notice, I believe they've won every game won on the road, bro. They've been a road team.
Wow. All
playoffs, bro. And this ain't like college where it's one and done. Like, you got to win 4 of these things, bro.
Yep.
And that's impressive. So if they can get it done, this would be very, very impressive.
There has been a looming conversation throughout the media platforms today, BA, that Nikola Jokic winning the championship this year puts him as the best player in the world over Giannis Antetokounmpo, who they have right now, currently most people have as the best player for whatever reason. If he wins the chip this season, if he gets the Larry O'Brien trophy, is Nikola Jokic the NBA's best player in the world?
I think he's already the best player in the world.
What?
I think he's already that. I think I've told you this. I told you this a while back.
I was hoping you would. I was hoping you would kind of fall back on that.
He's already the best player in the world, and the reason why he's the best player in the world is because of the way he dominates a game. He does exactly what LeBron used to do. LeBron used to be able to control the game from all aspects. Dribble, shoot, pass. You play a little defense, play good enough defense to keep his team in the game. But offensively, you cannot stop him. You cannot stop him. Okay, you're going to slow me down from scoring. I'm going to find somebody. Oh, you're not going to box me out because you're tired and I outweigh you by 50 pounds? I'm gonna get 17 rebounds.
Bring Chris into the conversation. Chris, what's poppin', family?
What's up, gents? How y'all doing?
Salute, man.
What up? Salute.
Hey, Chris, what's your thoughts, bro? Talk to me, man. Talk to me about this series we got going down starting tomorrow night.
Let me speak on that a little bit. I kind of feel bad for everybody that's in it because, like, nobody wants to give Nikola his props. After 2 MVPs, you know, they're still looking at him like the fat boy that can't play ball when he's, at least in my opinion, proven that 2 times over, if not 20 times over. And then you got the Heat, you know, I would love to see an 8 seed win it. You know, I wish Latrell would not have choked his coach and spent more of that energy.
You talked about that, BA. You talked about Latrell, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only other 8 seed that ever made it to the finals.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, you know,
the thing about Nikola, though, bro, I think that the problem with Jokic, and he is, like you said, he is definitely proven this season, if not any other year, that he belongs and he's one of the elite. I think the problem is, even though he was a 2-time MVP, going into the postseason from winning those MVPs, and I know Jamal Murray wasn't there last season, Nikola just didn't look as elite as he did in the postseason, you know, and as he did in the regular season in the playoffs when he won those when he won those MVPs. Same thing with Giannis. When Giannis won his MVPs, once he got into the playoffs, he wasn't as dominant. The year that he didn't win it, that's when he won his first championship. So I just feel like Nikola just had to go through some growing pains. But, he seemed to be well respected. I
got to tell you this, though, Seven. Jamal Murray's missed the last 2 seasons, actually. The last 2 seasons.
Okay. You're right. So, You're right.
Joker, you got to understand, the Joker had a bunch of role players that he was carrying. He was carrying the squad.
Like, could you name somebody else from that team?
Yeah, exactly. I can't name nobody else really. And Porter Jr. wasn't even, he was still wet behind the ears.
You be trying to compare him to LeBron, and LeBron has done it. That's my thing. You be trying to compare Jokic to LeBron, but LeBron has done it.
You said I'm trying to compare.
Hold up. LeBron has done it with what?
LeBron has wait a minute, we're not going to do that. LeBron has been the best player on his team for 20 seasons. Let's not play that game.
We're not gonna get into this LeBron debate. We're not gonna get in this LeBron debate.
We better not.
I'm gonna poke holes through all of that.
I'll turn it all the way up. You and I haven't spoke since they got eliminated. So
what I'm saying,
real talk though, who did LeBron do it with that Joker had that was of any kind of equivalent status?
Are you really, Chris, going to sit up here? Wait a minute. Are you going to sit up here and live on the American public and try to compare Nikola Jokic to LeBron James?
No. I'm just saying, like you said,
he is
LeBron
dominant, bro.
I'm just asking who did he do it with?
He's just as dominant as LeBron, bro. He's just as dominant as LeBron.
I'm not going to take it that far.
Stop that.
I'm not going to.
I'm taking it that far. I'm talking about this year in particular. He's
the best player in the NBA.
Y'all got to stop.
This year he was absolutely.
This year.
Y'all starting trouble. And I'm
not over a 20-year span, but I mean, come on.
Not over a 20-year span. We're talking about right now, though.
Yo, is that Shannon Sharp over there? Is that Shannon Sharp over there? Oh no, that's Seven. That's Seven. I thought that was Shannon. My bad.
Yeah, he acting like Shannon.
I'm close to Shannon. Don't close. I just ain't got that many muscles. All right, man. Before we get into the next topic, Snack King Cole in the building. Salute, bro. Who you got in this upcoming series between the Nuggets and
Come on, man. It's not even a question. Seven, I couldn't come up here and punch on you when you was talking all that Laker nonsense. Man, I got these Nuggets. I got these Nuggets all day, all night, every day. I've been doing this since '83.
Really?
We in the fucking finals, boy. This ain't for play. Man, I'm pumped as hell, man. I got Nuggets in 5, man. I think Jimmy's gonna make something happen, but I got Nuggets in 5.
Gentlemen, sweet.
It's at the end of the day.
Man, I didn't even hear what you said.
No, Chris. Who you got, Chris? And how you call it?
I'm with my boy over here. I got the Nuggets, and I got them in 5 too. Just because it's a gentleman's sweep, they're not going to try to, keep the
we ain't gonna do them like we did the Lakers. You know what I mean?
Right.
They got a little fight.
Skip that. I got Miami in 6. Forget it. I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm gonna go against the grain today.
I'm rocking with you, BA. I'm going with Miami.
I'm gonna go against the grain.
Y'all putting your money on that?
I ain't putting no money. I ain't putting no money on that.
Okay, just had to take the temperature real quick. You can do that for play shit. Okay.
All right, man. This is the Best of 7 Sports Talk, man. 7 Mitchell in the building. Let's get into the second quarter. Topic number 2. Let's talk about it. Let's take this thing to New York. I want to get you guys' opinion on this. So, GM Scott Perry of the New York Knicks is out in New York. He is going to be stepping away this summer. I'm a little bit surprised. I thought the Knicks were definitely on to something. I felt like Scott Perry has done an amazing job since he's been in New York, but for whatever reason, he is stepping down. We saw Bob Myers just step away from Golden State. What's your guys' reaction to Scott Perry leaving New York? And do you guys think maybe there's a possibility that Bob Myers left Golden State to take the Knicks job?
That's a great question, man. That's a great question. I think that it's going to definitely affect the franchise because they might bring in a bum to replace him. But if Bob Myers, I think Bob Myers is tired. Like I think he's tired, bro. I think he just wanted to step away from the game. Like you gotta understand, like they've been a successful franchise since 2015.
Yep.
And they've had their ups and downs, but man, he got 4 titles, and the way that he's in tune with the squad, how he keeps up with the players, how the city loves him and everything, and how they went out this year, etc. I think he just is mentally exhausted and just probably needs a break away from basketball. Honestly, I don't think he's going to New York, but it's possible.
I can respect that. Chris, what's your thoughts about the general manager of the Knicks leaving? Do you think that's going to be a step back for New York going into next season?
Does it make a difference? I mean, like, real talk, we ain't talked about the Knicks literally since, like we just said, they was in the finals when they were the 8th seed with Latrell Sprewell choking his coach to death and shit like that. So, I mean, the Knicks have not been relevant for I don't know how long. So you
think this year was like an isolated incident? Like you're not sold on the season that they just had?
What they have, a 5 seed coming in?
Yeah, I mean, New York has been the laughing stock of the league, though. 19 wins and 30. You know what I'm saying? Like they've been horrible for a long time.
You're proving my point now.
Yeah, but I'm saying you seeing these guys go from not having a first round win. They got it done. They got some young pieces.
Okay, I mean, like the Knicks have won in the playoffs before. Like even when we were talking about Oakley and Sprewell.
No. We can't go back that far. We got to talk about we talk about it now.
Okay, well, we ain't got nothing to talk about then.
So you don't have no respect for what New York did this season?
Hey, Stephen A. Smith doesn't either, and he is a New Yorker.
Shit.
I mean,
yeah, that's a fact.
I ain't the right dude to be asking that question to. I'm sorry.
I can respect it. Snack, what's your thoughts, bro? Scott
hey man, you know I'm over here on the West, man, so I don't give a damn what they do over there.
Well, that don't matter to you. Oh, you one of them.
Man, it don't matter to me, but they don't make much shit over here. You know what I mean? So salute to them. I can see what my man's Chris is talking about, though, as far as like, you know, I think it's good. I think it's at the beginning stage right here. It's kind of nice that they go ahead and take care of this now.
I remember.
Because
Hey, I'm sorry. I got to bring this up. Though. I got
bring
to
it up.
Y'all remember Lloyd Banks, correct? All
Yeah,
right.
one hit wonder.
Stop it.
Right.
Stop it, Mac.
One
Even
album
Lloyd
wonder, you
Banks.
mean?
Even
One
Lloyd
hour
Banks.
wonder, but it was only like 3 songs on the album. Respectfully.
Hey, no, Mike. If you didn't listen to his mixtapes, you didn't know
Beg for
Lloyd
mercy.
Banks.
Hunger for more, boy.
I'm hungry for
You
more. Yeah,
didn't
that's what it
listen
was.
to his mixtapes, you didn't know Lloyd Banks. But he said in one of his mixtapes, he's like, I'm out here cleaning my 6 shots, watching the Knicks flop.
I remember.
And that was way back then. That was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Chris, you're just disrespectful to New York City right now.
I love New York.
Like,
I like the way the Knicks are going. I love the
love
Knicks
it,
are-
bro.
I
I'm
love
like
New
orange
York.
and blue skies. I don't know what Chris is wilding right
It's great.
now.
It's great for the league. Yeah, and they're one piece away. They one piece away. They got to get rid of RJ Barrett though. Outside of that, like and possible Julius Randle, the point guard that they brought in has just changed their franchise. Brunson has just changed the Knicks. Like he's not one of those okey doke regular players. He is actually one of them ones that's just getting overlooked for the moment. But you're gonna hear more about him next year, especially if he does not get injured and he actually plays a full season. So I'm digging the Knicks. I'm digging the Knicks. Yeah.
All right, people. This is the best of 7 Sports Talk. 7 Mitchell in the building, man. Y'all already know how we rock it here. Salute to the NBA community, man. We chopping it up, talking about the association. BA, I got $1 million question for you because I was looking at reports earlier, and Doc Rivers is amongst the finalists for head coach of the Phoenix Suns. Now, you talked about Bob Myers being tired. I feel like Doc Rivers is tired. I know people shitted on him for the Game 7 loss, but I feel like Doc is still a good coach. He needs to be in an organization that doesn't have any superstars and so much pressure. He looks stressed out and beat up. Do you think Doc Rivers is a good fit for Phoenix, KD, and them?
He need to go ahead and retire. Doc Rivers is so overrated. I don't know why y'all think he's a good coach. He's not that good of a coach.
God damn.
He's a great motivator. He's a great motivator. Like he can motivate the heck out of somebody. But coaching though, bro, this is why he has only 1 ring to show for anything in every great team he's ever been on. We're not doing this with Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers, sit your tail down somewhere and go enjoy your money and enjoy your family, bro. We tired of that, bro. Like for real. He's been given the keys to multiple franchises that were championship ready, and he still ain't do nothing with them. It took 3 top 75 players on one organization, possibly 4 Hall of Famers on that team for him to win 1 ring, bro. We not doing this, bro. We're not doing this.
Before I get everybody else's opinion, remind the people who he won that ring against, though, since you want to talk so bad on this show. Let everybody know who he won against who.
He won that ring against my Lakers. He did at that time when I was my Kobe Lakers. My Kobe
there
Lakers.
you go.
What
That's right. Bring that name up. We talk about them losing
editions of Laker fans in this motherfucker.
Yeah, bro. Hey,
been
I
Nuggets
told
is
you.
forever, boy.
I told you.
Y'all weird, man.
Bro, when LeBron went, hey, I was a Lakers fan. Once LeBron went over there, bro, I had to become neutral again, bro.
Door. He walked out. I walked in.
Hey, population stayed the same. Ain't that something, boy?
Yeah, bro. He messed up the whole franchise, bro. He messed up the whole franchise.
What's your thoughts on Doc Rivers being a finalist? Him and Frank Vogel are the 2 of the top names for the Phoenix.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was kind of rooting for him until BA just had his little sequilitude. Man, I don't know. He might be right. He might be right. There's 4 Hall of Famers on there. It took, man. That's a push. But I don't know if he has them other places. You know what I mean? Like if you talking about Phoenix, I mean that's a good squad right there. You really just got to not drop the ball right there. So I think if he's gonna ring chase, he might as well slide in there real quick, try to get you one. Because Frank Vogel, I think he's gonna have you in the same spot. Respectfully, like it's just a lighter Doc Rivers, respectfully. So yeah, Chris, man. Hey, salute to them. Bro? Salute. Hey, matter of fact, get Doc Rivers because who can call? Oh my God, man. Hey, my niece got a phone. She's like 5. She be blowing me up. Hold on.
Yeah. Doe's in the building. K, what's up, family?
Doe's, what up?
This disrespect that I just heard.
Oh, this another Kobe lover. I thought you was gone. I thought you was gone from the stream. This is another Kobe lover. Salute, K.
Disrespect on this platform I just heard is unacceptable. I will not hear any Kobe slander.
Facts.
Oh, I ain't got none tonight. I ain't got none tonight.
Especially from another Shannon Sharp. Especially from Shannon Sharp over here.
BA haven't came in my man all crazy, so I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, you can't talk about Kobe because Kobe probably made that shot. Y'all might have got swept.
Oh,
Respectfully,
I watched Kobe ask for a trade. I watched Kobe quit on his team.
And I watched LeBron. I watched LeBron cherry pick championships. That's what I watched. I told you, bro. LeBron James is the only superstar journeyman that I ever known, bro. He's a superstar journeyman.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Let me get Chris' opinion real quick, Kay. Hold on, real quick, Chris. What's your thoughts on Doc Rivers being a finalist for Phoenix's head coach job? Is that a good fit in your eyes?
Love it. And for people to tell me that Doc ain't a stand-up coach, man, I don't know what y'all are looking at, because he's done more with what he's had. The only other coach that I can think of that has done more with the talent that he's had was Larry Brown.
You need to be drug tested, Chris. You need to be
Why
drug
do we
tested.
blame? Why do we blame?
Give me time. Give me time.
Talk your shit, Chris.
For Larry Brown to take a team that didn't have a Hall of Famer on it, all right, with Rip, Ben Wallace, with
wait, Chauncey's a Hall of Famer?
Ben Wallace is a Hall of Famer too.
They are now 20 years later.
Chris is wild.
He's moving that goal.
Definitely a drug test is needed. What the hell? How can you be a Hall of Famer when you retire? What do you?
Hold on. He beat a Hall of Fame team. He beat a Laker team that had Malone, O'Neal, Kobe, Peyton, Harper, Fox.
True.
What? I mean,
Phil Jackson. That's right. Talk your shit.
So what does Larry Brown have to do with this?
My point is Doc Rivers is
Doc Rivers
more with less than most coaches in the NBA. Period.
Doc, when has he had less though? When has he had less?
Say what?
When has Doc Rivers had less?
Classic eye from Snack.
Like when did Doc Rivers have less? Every team that he's been on he's been given the keys to superstars, like leading, like top 10 players in the NBA. And now he's about to go to a team possibly the same way.
BA, you're being guilty.
I gotta ask you this before you go off. Why do we blame Doc Rivers for losing game sevens when it's so hard to make it? Like he has a terrible game 7 record and we call him a choke artist, but it has to say something for you to even make it there. So why do we penalize this guy for winning games in a sense?
Well, he should not be penalized. You know why?
Because
after Boston, he's been dealing with nothing but choke artists. That's what y'all not understanding.
Bro.
You can't gloss over that. Chris Paul is a choke
We need to
artist.
run them down. We need to run the names down, BA.
Man,
these are choke artists.
They're top 75 players, but they choke artists though?
Yes, definitely. They're choke artists.
All these multiple Hall of Famers, and they choke
artists? Let me ask
artists?
you a question, Mr. BA. Let me ask you a question, sir.
Yes, sir.
Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, two pistols, Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo are not choke artists, sir. You can depend on them in the clutch.
And that's the only
half, the fourth quarter, right? It takes two to tango, right? It takes the team, baby.
Talk your shit. Talk to them, Kay.
One of those individuals were on their own teams before that.
I'm a rebuttal this.
Together. You needed that leader. You needed that leader in Doc Rivers to lead that shit past Kobe and past Andrew Bynum, I believe, was there still, and
Stop.
Paul
Fact.
Gasol, and all them.
Man,
Can I
you
just for 1 second, and then I'll let it go. All right, you had James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Kevin Durant playing at the exact same time in their prime. And you're going to talk about they're not choke artists?
Talk.
Who had those guys?
yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that was.
Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay,
But you thought they wasn't their
too.
prime?
They
But they're
were in
okay.
prime.
They were
babies
pups,
in
bro.
2011.
They were
They
pups,
were
bro.
babies.
The next
They
year,
were pups,
and damn near triple-double.
And they was choke artists.
bro. They couldn't even open their. They couldn't even open their
James
eyes yet,
Harden
bro.
BA, I
disappears
need your
when it's
rebuttal
really on the line.
because
Bro.
James
we
Harden
got Blake
disappears
Griffin,
every time.
we got Blake Griffin and
Bro.
Chris
Choke
Paul, DeAndre
All
Jordan,
these,
Choke artists.
Ben
bro.
Simmons.
Jamal Crawford, everybody, bro. They had a whole squad. DeAndre Jordan in his prime. Like y'all had a whole. He's had opportunity. If you're
DeAndre
a
Jordan in
coach,
the
right?
finals right now.
If you are
Oh yeah, that's
a
right.
great coach, you're going to help push these people over the line. I'm not trying to hear this. Oh, they were choke artists. No, a great coach will put them in place. Will put a superstar in place and get them over
That's
the
your
top like
rebuttal.
they
They were
do.
three.
That's your rebuttal. Then
That's exactly what
what
it
you
is.
just said just made
You,
what Chris said about Larry Brown even more valid.
but that's
And what
Larry
I'm
Brown. We're
saying
not
more
talking about
valid.
Larry Brown. I
Because
I
Kevin
don't rebuttal.
Garnett, Ray Allen, or Paul Pierce never won a chip
I
before Doc.
I agree, but they never had players like they had together as well. But I agree with Chris on the Larry Brown situation. I do. That was an amazing coaching. He got just like he got AI and them to the finals with coaching. I
BA,
agree 100%. But
BA is
like
Doc Rivers.
Doc not that guy. He's not that guy
What?
for real.
Where's Doc to you? Like give me a title. Legend, Hall of Fame coach. Give me a title for Doc Rivers in your eyes.
I think he's a popular coach. I think he's just popular, bro. That's my term. He's just popular.
Wow.
He got him a ring. You lost too many game sevens because why? Because you were out coached each and every one of those games. It wasn't. We can play this choke artist type ordeal, but this choker it wasn't even about choking. It was
Can
about
you not
coaching.
though?
It was. That's my term. Popular.
If coaching got you there.
No, talent got you there with coaching. But when you get to the talent get you there with coaching. When the pressure actually comes in, you feel me? This is when the coach calms everybody down and he has a game plan for
I'm gonna tell
everybody
you
and
something
gives
right
them
now.
confidence.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. You put Doc Rivers in there with the Lakers this year. The Lakers in the finals right now. Might drop.
Really?
I don't think they even make it to the playoffs. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Yeah, he don't know how to make adjustments. That's why I said, like, I think he's a
Horrible.
good coach, but I just don't feel like he need to be coaching those superstars or stars. He
Yeah.
need to be with some young talent that he can develop. I think
Yeah.
he's still a factor. But going to Phoenix with KD and Kevin and what's his name, Booker, and
That's
if
the
Chris
wrong
Paul
team
come
for
back,
him.
that's the
That's
wrong
the wrong
team for
team.
him. That's the wrong team.
I do agree with that. You know why? Because they don't. Doc is good with at least one or two people on there who are at least vets or hard nosed guys. If you're not a hard nosed dude, you can't really play
I-
for Doc. And Doc ain't gonna
He
respect
can't
you
deal with
anyway.
egos neither.
So Doc, this is what I think Doc is. I think Doc is a type of coach. He needs veteran superstar talent on his team, right? He needs veteran superstar talent so they can run themselves. So all he could do is be like, yeah, guys, come on, let's think of a term. Let's think of a saying. Go ahead and chant this. That's all he does. The X's
If
and
you're gonna
O's.
say that, you
Nah,
might as
bro.
well say that about Phil Jackson. That's all Phil Jackson did.
Phil Jackson and Tex Winters invented one of the greatest NBA strategies of all
Triangle offense.
time.
Whew, that was dangerous. This is the last topic for the show,
Are they using
fellas.
it now?
Last topic.
Nope.
Let me get this one off. This kind of a hypothetical, but I did see it on social media, and I wonder what you guys thought about this. A possible trade Ja Morant for Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown. Now, the Celtics would basically finally get the point guard they've been looking for, and they would give Ja Morant one of the best organization coaches in sports. People feel like Boston is a great basketball organization. I don't know how he as a personality would fit in Boston, but you got that in Memphis. You know, they pretty much get a superstar that fits that grit and grind on both ends of the court in Jaylen Brown, or at least a star. What do y'all think about Ja and Jaylen trade for Memphis, Boston? Is that too much of a trade to give up for Ja?
I don't know about this trade.
And I'm saying it, and I'm only bringing it light to it because I honestly question how long both of these guys are going to be in their respective teams.
So with Ja, I don't know what's going on with Ja, but the Celtics, period. The Celtics just need somebody that's going to be able to set the table. Meaning
Chris
they
Paul?
need an actual man. If Chris Paul's older now, but somebody that's going to take pressure off of Tatum and Brown because they got to do too much bringing the ball up, trying to set up offense. They both are horrible passers. They both are really bad passers. They just like to score. They need somebody that's going to set the table. Marcus Smart is just not that guy. He's not.
What about the guy we got that we're going to get rid of, the rat, D'Angelo Russell? You like him?
Nah.
No?
He showed like D'Angelo Russell that played for Brooklyn a few years ago. That guy possibly, but you need somebody that's gonna set the table. And none of that. They don't got nobody to set the table, so they got to work super hard and throw and shoot 40-something threes a game.
Yo, Chris, what about you, bro? What do you think about a Ja Morant for Jaylen Brown trade?
I love it.
For both teams?
No, I love it for the Celtics. I don't think Jaylen's gonna make it in Memphis, but I think that Ja is gonna be a much better fit for Jason down there in Boston.
Mm. Kay, what about you, bro?
Hey,
You know what? I would say that it's good for Ja.
I'll come back to you in a second, Chris. What you say, Kay?
Right.
I would say it's good for Ja from the standpoint, and shit to do in Boston for real. So he gonna be able to chill. You know what I mean? I don't think he's gonna find himself in many situations. But as far as fit, as far as for the team, for like Boston and Jalen's fit for the Grizzlies, I think Jalen is probably gonna end up being the league scoring leader if you go to Memphis. That doesn't mean the team is gonna do as well, but I think he's gonna be leading scorer. And I think Ja Morant is going to be tamed a little bit because he's going to be more of I don't want to say a sidekick, but he's going to really have a 1-2 punch kind of person. He's going to have somebody that is going to have most of the shine in Boston.
So if he coming to Boston, you got Ja number 2, Jason Tatum number 1.
Yes, sir. Jason Tatum scored 51 points in a game 7. To get them to the Eastern Conference Finals. We ain't really seen Josh show up like that in the playoffs, to be honest.
What were you going to say, Chris, bro?
I'm just going to say, when Ja entered the league, I remember a documentary that he came in and he said, I'm not a point guard, I'm a point god. And I was like, God damn, this confidence. And you know what? He backed that shit up 110%. I love Ja Morant. I think that dude can fly anywhere he goes. But I do believe he's a better fit in Boston with Jason. And if you got to get rid of Jalen, then that's just what it's got to be.
Could Boston do something keeping Jason and Jalen and adding Chris Paul?
Chris Paul?
Yeah, because he's pretty much done in Phoenix.
Exactly. He's good. Great career.
I wanted him in LA. Y'all bugging. I take him.
Chris,
Give me Chris with LeBron.
Chris could definitely help Boston, though. He can help them. He can help him, but he's not gonna be able to help him down the stretch though.
Oh, shit.
No.
Oh my God, bro. Well, I don't know, man. I love this game. That's all I can say. But it's going down tomorrow, game 1 of the NBA Finals in Denver. We got the Miami Heat versus the Denver Nuggets. Chris, BAK Doze, I appreciate you fellas for joining me tonight. Y'all already know. Big up to the NBA community, man. Just real quick before I sign off, if you guys are into daily NBA content, make sure you follow me everywhere on social media, 24/7, 365, man. Definitely appreciate the support. Big up again to my brothers. Make sure y'all follow my guys on social media. Anybody got any final thoughts? Anything else y'all want to say before we tap out for this evening?
I need you to go ahead and retire, LeBron. That's it.
His jersey. Oh, him to retire. You know,
We don't want.
We're gonna have a special show this week.
We don't want you on the list no more.
Wow, he gonna take a year off, and when him and his son come back, they gonna cause hell for another 3 years. BA, you gonna pay for this one, bro.
We don't want you on the Lakers no more.
Salute to you guys, brother. Man. I'm Seven Mitchell. This is the Best of 7 Sports Talk, and we are out, man. Y'all be safe. Peace. All right, man. I want to thank you guys for listening into another episode of the Best of 7 Sports Talk. I'm Seven Mitchell, man. Make sure you follow the show to be sure to be notified about the next episode. Also, I'll put the Linktree link in the description so you can follow us on social media as well as donate and contribute to our platform. See you guys again on the next episode. Peace.